So a lot of people think we won this show, which is actually not the case. A bunch of different bands were given this like week in the music industry where you go on Much Music. You have a guru who's Greg Norrie, very accomplished, awesome guy. He kind of discovered Sum 41. His own band, Treble Charger, did really well as well. And he kind of, he hears your songs. He chooses like which ones are good, which ones are bad. He helps you work on them. You record a song, you do a photo shoot, and then at the end, you have a performance for a panel of judges. And they tell you whether or not you're good or not. And so we were one of many bands to just get this thumbs up. Yeah, you guys are good. But from there, they realized that they had something special with us. And they decided we were, I think, the third band to shoot this TV show. Oh. And yeah, like we were one of the first.
Yeah.
But right away after our performance, we got the thumbs up, just like a bunch of other bands. They're like, listen, these labels all want to meet with you guys. Like there's something serious going on here. Like stay in Toronto for a while. And so then they saved our episode, which was shot in the fall of 2008. And it didn't air until May of 2009 as the season finale, because I'm not a math guy, but I don't know, man, like 7-8 months that went by. They had us like working on stuff and like getting, stuff in the works to have this crazy, finale of the show where we started. Yeah.
So before I'm going to get into like the rest of the show, but how did you guys get on the show to begin with? Like, how does that work?
Hey man, it's such a funny anecdote with how the music industry truly works. And it was nothing more than a guy who worked with Greg Norrie. He was like kind of his right-hand man. He's a sick dude. His name was Matt Brand. He was actually Avril Lavigne's drummer.
Oh, no way.
Management company. And they were honestly just hitting MySpace, finding bands. And they were actually checking out a different band that played with us. And so they went to our profile and they're like, oh, this band's kind of cool. And I don't even know what songs we would have had on our MySpace, man. They wouldn't have been that good. But we started this conversation where we were trying to find a way for Greg Norrie to produce our band, get out to Toronto and produce it. And so for months we were sending him songs with like no real way of knowing how we were going to work with this guy. Like, it cost money. And then he called us one day. I remember him so well, dude. He called us up one day. I missed the call because we were all playing football like in the backyard. And I listened to my voicemail and he says, I've just been approached to like host this like Much Music show with unsigned bands. We finally found our way to kind of get you guys involved. And it wasn't even a slam dunk yet, man. Like it was, then they called us back and they're like, listen, none of the other bands are from outside Ontario. Like they don't have a budget for the bands. Like we have nowhere for you guys to stay. And I was like, man, say less. Like we have been sleeping in our van in Walmart parking lots for 10 years now. Like we got it. If you
what's another few months? That's so sick.
Anything it takes, man, to get on. And I remember saying to the band at that time, I was like, and this sounds made up. It sounds arrogant, but I just knew, man. I said, we're going to go on the show. We're going to be the best ones. And Much Music is going to make us like their band.
That's so insane because like you said, it wasn't even a slam dunk yet. Like, but you guys had your foot in the door, but you still had that feeling like, shit, like, no, this is it. Like, we got it. That's all we needed was a foot in the door.
I just knew it, man. All those
like, chance.
We went through so many band members being just a local band in Edmonton playing to no one, man, where all these guys are like, why do you have to practice every night? You guys take this too seriously. Like we have girlfriends, we have jobs. Like, I don't want it. Like, and so people would just leave and we were relentless, man. We were like very, very much a DIY punk rock band because that's the scene we grew up in. And so by the time I think we got that one just spark that we needed, we ran with it.